So people are outraged at Nintendo Switch for updating its new offensive word to ban list. I would like to point out that what Nintendo Switch is censoring pales in comparison to what Sony is censoring and other companies. So the question of why are people upset, I would say it's because they had hopes for Nintendo. Like no one has hopes for Sony anymore, especially after The Last of Us, and especially after how bad as a company it is. Like, you don't even have exclusives for consoles anymore. No one cares. It's a lost cause, but people genuinely believe in Nintendo, and they have high hopes and aspirations. So when they're starting to add offensive words to a ban list, especially when those words aren't offensive, I guess that's when people get upset. And the upset isn't like, oh, we're going to boycott Nintendo or anything. It's just like major disappointment. This is what they're saying. It's like, we're disappointed in you, Nintendo. Like, we believed you were better, but apparently you're just like the other girls. So the Nintendo system caught people's attention by a list of banned words that are no longer possible to send. And Nintendo has always marketed itself as a family-friendly gaming company, which is fine, but like, what are the words? Like, what are we talking about? What is so bad that it's not family-friendly? Well, apparently the word "re" is now banned. I mean, come on, Nintendo. Really? Really? So if a person is sparking out, if they're behaving in a manner that's not acceptable, like, how should I communicate that to them? Like, if they're, overly exaggerating, like they see that people like My Hero Academia, and they're like, oh my god, oh, the sexualization, blah, 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 blah. How can I tell them that what they are doing is ridiculous, But I want to do it in a very short term, like, just say one word and everyone else gets it. Like, how can I do it if you take this word from me? Like, what can I use in exchange, It's kind of like a cat. Like, if you have a cat and it scratches the sofa, it's a bad thing, right? So you don't want it to scratch the sofa. But what you do is, whenever you see it scratching the sofa, you say no, and you give it a scratching post instead. Like you're trying to replace the stuff that's doing its bad with something that's doing its good. So, like, what can we replace "re" with? What would you like me to use in exchange? The other one is "thought." Right, so as a parent, if you happen to have a son, one of the things you have to worry about is so that your son doesn't become a thug. Like, it is the worst expression of masculinity. Now, is there something like that for femininity? Like, if you have a daughter, is there an expression of femininity that you as a mother or a father would prefer your daughter not to have? Can we give it a name? Can we put a label? Because again, like, for a guy, if your son behaves like that, it's called a thug. Like, we don't want our children to become thugs. Like, we can agree with that, right? It's what happens when you fail at parenting. And you need to be very careful for it not to happen, because, it's not just, like, for your reputation's sake, but it's for your son as well. Like, he can end up in prison, he can end up joining a gang, he can end up getting beaten up. Like, no one wants their son to become a thug. So the question is, if I am the parent of a daughter, is there something that I need to worry about? Like, the equivalent of a thug, but for women, Like, something different that women can do, and I, as a parent, need to try to stray her away from that path. Because as a parent, you need to try to stray away your child from racismus, from sexismus, from transmophobismus. But there's also other things, right? Like, you need to put them on the right path. So, like, what word can we use in order to describe the equivalent for that? What can we possibly come up with? Nintendo? Like, apparently that isn't a good word. I agree, of course. I mean, over the top, beyond the pale. How can someone say something like... But what can we use in order to, I don't know, like, describe a type of behavior that even other women don't like from other women? Like, what can we, huh? Are we going to find out? Probably not. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.